Hi, I'm Bree Johnson, Heart and Bones Yoga, and I'm going to show you a couple of sustainabilized versions of eagle arms. So in case you're wondering what's sustainabilized, it's a word I made up that talks about ways that we can make our yoga poses a little bit more updated, a little bit more diverse, a little bit more effective for our bodies. So, eagle arms. Eagle arms is one of those poses. I'll do it for us. So eagle pose is actually a balanced pose, but this is what your arms do in the pose, right? We try to get the palms together, squeezing, and then where our legs are crossed, and that's the pose. But I'm going to give you a couple more dynamic movements to update the pose. So sustainabilizing this pose means that many of us might have done this pose for years the exact same way. So if we have been doing this the exact same way for a lot of years, or even if you've never done this pose ever and this is your first time doing it, perfect. But for those of us who have been doing it the same way for a long time, we're going to get a lot of benefits because we're going to try to get some different parts of the shoulders moving that we might not have done previously in this pose. So let's get right into it. First thing that you want to do this is give yourself a hug. It's my favorite part. So you can just take one arm, I don't care which one, bring it over, give yourself a hug, and then let's do a little bit of a thoracic spine, upper back twist. So what that looks like here, side to side, I'm not moving my lower body. This is all in the shoulder blades, upper back, moving like so. Okay, we got that. Now as best you can, get your elbows stacked on top of each other, like this. So again, traditionally, we aim to have the palms together like this. Today, we're going to do it different. This is our active version first. So this means we're going to try to bring the back of your hands and back of the forearms to connect. Most of us might do something a little bit different. We may not be able to get the forearms to connect, and that's just fine. So do your best. Feel the difference at that. This is active. We're really having to work different muscles to connect the back of your arms together. One more breath. And then exhale, shake it out. Now we're going to stay with the same arm, okay? So we're not going to switch arms just yet. So go back to the same arm if you can remember whichever one you had on top. Now connect the back of the arms together. Let's go into that active version again. And this time now, what we're going to do is go side to side. So I'm going to go bring my elbows or my hands to the right, to the left, side to side. I'm going to try to keep everything else fairly still, but I'm getting this lateral, this side to side movement. Feel that work. And then shake it out. Whew. I definitely feel those shoulders waking up. Now we've got one more version on the same side. So we're not switching arms yet. Again, crossing that same arm over. Now you can choose, by this point, if your shoulders are just tiring right out because of that new work into your shoulders with this variation, then go back, and if it works for your body, you're welcome to go back to bring your palms together. So choose your adventure. And then the next thing that you can do is invite your elbows to move forward. And think about this. So you're not pushing the elbows forward. Instead, you're just inviting a little bit of lengthening so that we're creating more space between the shoulder blades. We're trying to get in between those shoulder blades. And then, so you're not going to your max either. Don't try to push to your full extent. If you just did that, bring it in a little bit, and then try to connect your forearms to the wall in front of you. So what you're doing is just trying to straighten those elbows. And you'll only go to the point where you can't go anymore. So find that end zone. Don't go right and push at the end point. Find a little bit of softness. Breathe. And then release. Ready to do the other side now? So if you can remember, whatever arm you had in front, you're going to bring the other arm in front. Give yourself a little hug. Do that little sweeping from side to side. This is waking up your upper back, your thoracic spine. There's a difference between just my whole body moving like this, or rather, I'm thinking more about my upper back twisting. Let's show that from the back one more time. There we go. Now, crossing, let's do the active version. So as best you can, get those elbows on top of each other, and then as best you can, try to press your forearms together. Can you connect them? Is it possible? Breathe. How does it feel? And it's not just this. Don't try to get your hands. That's sneaky. It's the forearms connecting. Good. Now, from there, exhale, relax the shoulders, and then let's do this again. So, bring that same arm on top. Try to bring the forearms. We get that active version going. And then we're going to do the side-to-side movement. So, over to the side, over to the other side. If you can see me, you can see how little this is. I'm not really getting too far over to one side or the other. So it doesn't matter how far you go, it's just inviting a new way of working into a familiar movement. And then shake it out. Whew, feel that feeling in the shoulders. Feel your neck, feel your jaw. Maybe your forehead was working more than it needed to. So pause, relax before we do our last variation. Okay, so now same arm. You can choose, like I said, if you want, you can try to keep working the active version where the back of your forearms are connected, or you can then go back into something more familiar. Your choice. Now, invite your elbows to reach forward without going to their maximum reach, right? So find 90% of your effort. Back of your neck long and relaxed, and then start to feel your forearms moving forward, moving away from your body, until you feel like they can't go anymore. That's where you stay. That's where you breathe. Good. And then bring your forearms, hands up, shake it out. So, same pose, 3 different ways, brand new sensation in your body. Try the same thing to the other side and enjoy. Remember, sustainabilizing your poses is so good for everything in your body. If you love this, don't forget to subscribe. Press that subscribe button. Sign up for my email list on heartandbonesyoga.com. The link is below here. And keep sustainabilizing your yoga. See you next time.